Football jerseys, originally created to differentiate teams, now sold to fans all across the world. Official or not, you're bound to see a football jersey anywhere you go. On the beach, in the mall, in a goddamn wedding, for God's sakes. Now, some of these shirts look like the most beautiful pieces of fabric that have ever existed, almost looking like they were created by the finest artisans from the streets of Paris or Milan, something that would probably belong on the windows of a Gucci store perhaps. And some look like absolute shit. Now I have a metric ton of jerseys. I'll just show you my rack. That sounded wrong, Jesus. Yeah, that is my collection of jerseys, and I'm pretty sure like a huge chunk of them are in the wash. But you know, I think if you want a number, I think I have around 60, which I might have a problem.
Stop it. Get some help.
This made me wonder, how did these shirts, which were basically no different than just like a regular cotton shirt, go from that to a huge fashion trend to the point of me hoarding them basically? Well, this video is exactly about that. Welcome to the history of football jerseys. Now, if you all are new here, hello. I am making a video after 3 years. I think it's gonna be like 30 months. Yeah, about 30 months or so. So, if you all like the video, subscribe, like, and oh yeah, thank you all for watching, for actually clicking on the video and watching it this far. So, let's get on with the video. Jesus Christ, I suck at this. So let's go all the way back. Back when football jerseys were nothing but a simple colored cotton shirt. They were initially made to differentiate teams from each other because, well, both played for the same ball and they both play the same game. This is not cricket where Mumbai and Rajasthan can basically wear the same shade of blue and get away with it. This eventually evolved into numbered jerseys, which were back then made to differentiate players and then showed which position they played. This is also how certain positions got numbers associated with them. For example, the cam got the number 10, or the centre back became the number 4. Things started to change, however, when German club Eintracht Braunschweig decided to sport Jägermeister on their kits in 1973. Yes, the liquor company. Now, this was very controversial, and German law did not really allow the logo to be displayed. So, Eintracht Braunschweig decided to just do something that I don't think anyone expected. They just changed the club crest to the Jägermeister logo. I can't lie, they look pretty cool. They look kind of cold, lads, I'll be honest. But yeah, this was a win-win for both parties. Eintracht Braunschweig got an extra revenue stream, and Jägermeister got, in exchange, 11 walking billboards. Because, I mean, it was literally just the Jägermeister logo on the kit, lads, let's be honest. Here's a very weird fact. The first English club to sport sponsors was Kettering Town, non-league Kettering Town, in 1976, who wore a local tyre company on their shirts before the FA decided that it was against the rules and asked them to remove it. Of all the clubs, Kettering Town, Jesus. The first top-level club in Britain, however, to sport a sponsor was Hibernian in 1978, and eventually Liverpool entered a deal with Hitachi to have them as their shirt sponsors for the 1979-80 season, and thus brought sponsorships to the top flight of English football. Now, around the same time that Braunschweig were basically arguing with the German law and basically saying a huge you to them by sporting Jägermeister, Leeds United decided to do something that had never been done before. Leeds chairman Don Revie did something that no other club really did. Back then, Leeds United's kits were designed by Admiral, and Don Revie decided to ask Admiral to create specifically branded kits for Leeds. And while Revie insisted on keeping the home kits white because, well, Leeds are called the Lily Whites, lads. If the home kit is not white, then why are they called the Lily Whites? He allowed Admiral to experiment with the designs with the away kits and the training kits. Leeds also allowed Admiral to sell replicas of these kits with the club crest. Now, Leeds weren't exactly the first to sell merchandise with the club colours. Umbro sold like kid-size kits. Try saying that 5 times fast. Kid-size kits. Kid sizes. Child-size kits basically back in the late 50s, and scarves with the team colors were also available for some time, and manufacturers also made generic team colored replica shirts for some time as well. So let's use a Dortmund example. A basic yellow shirt would just be considered Dortmund merch, which would have been pretty confusing considering, let's just say, if Dortmund played Eintracht Braunschweig, both were yellow. But Admiral was the first manufacturer to make a genuine adult size complete replica of the official jersey with the design and all. Now, combined with the rise in sponsorships meant that jerseys basically became a golden goose. I mean, say if a company sponsors a team and there's a huge demand for their jerseys, then you have a huge pool of people who would basically be turned into walking billboards for your brand. There's a reason why Emirates pay so much to Real Madrid to have their logo on the kits, lads, come on. As such, brand deals also started to shoot up in value. Eventually we got sleeve sponsors, back sponsors, clubs with multiple sponsors. To prevent it from getting out of hand, FAs around the world started imposing rules on how jersey sponsors can be. Some are pretty strict, others aren't. Like, bro, does that say sperm booster? But let's keep sponsors for another video. Let's talk about how ridiculous they have gotten for another topic. Eventually, clubs started to move on from cotton to materials for breathability, such as nylon. And here's where clubs started to sell two different versions of kits. One was a cotton version with embroidered logos and less detailing, while the other was a player's version made with the nude materials, heat-pressed resin logos, the detailing being more detailed, etc. But they were sold at a higher markup, basically. Now this is where things start getting ridiculous. Clubs start to ask for obscene amounts for the player versions. Now, for instance, a player's version Arsenal kit on their site costs 10,000 rupees. What is the shirt made out of? 24 karat gold. And a fan version of the Dortmund shirt costs 6,000 rupees. I am not paying 6,000 rupees to basically walk around repping Vodafone, lads. Vodafone is a shit SIM card. The only time that I use Vodafone SIM is when I am inside college, and that's because that's the only SIM that picks up. Now, I know it's different for different clubs, and it also depends on whether showroom prices or not. I actually went and checked it. $6,000 over here, so there's literally no difference between the Arsenal jersey and the Dortmund jersey. Just to make sure that I was actually right, I went to a different Adidas store that actually had a player's version and asked around for that as well. So I am a different mall. I came here for a movie and I thought I'll just check their player prices. Turns out it's not 10k. It was 10k on the Arsenal website, but over here in person it's 8.6k. So the difference is 6k versus 8.6k, but still, a player version should not cost 8.6k, bro. That's still wild. But I guess it just shows how wild prices are nowadays. Now, at the same time that these different versions started to appear, football jerseys started to become more and more of a fashion trend, right? It suddenly became cool to wear football jerseys for fashion purposes. So you can have like someone who does not know shit about Venezia wearing like a Venezia kit. It all started when members of the band Oasis, Liam and Noel Gallagher, started to wear Manchester City kits in public and on stage because, well, they're from Manchester. But it took some time for the clubs to play into this fashion, I guess, scene. Because the first club to truly recognize its potential was Paris Saint-Germain, to no one's shock because it's Paris, who collaborated with Kosha? I don't know how to pronounce that. For their 2018 pre-fall collection for collaborating with the Jordan brand, you know. That's why you sometimes see the Jumpman logos appear on their kits. And the first time that the Jumpman logo appeared on the PSG kits was the 18-19 season. Italian club Venezia also started creating kits which screamed more fashion than football kits. Eventually, other clubs started to tap into this as well, as can be seen with Real Madrid's collaboration with Y3, Pisa's collection for this year's Serie A campaign, and Dortmund basically blurting out a special edition kit for every fucking season at this point. I mean, lads, we have had a special kit for the past 3 seasons in a row. Like, give it up. Leave the jersey making for the jersey making leaves you. I mean, they are pretty fire, but at the same time, there was an increase in demand for so-called retro kits. So basically, kits from like back from the 90s or whatever, for which brands like Classic Football Shirts swooped in to fill that demand. Now, this is the more opinionated part of the video. Y'all can agree or disagree, but football clubs take us for fools, man, with the way they charge us for kits. I already touched upon this with the price of the kits earlier, but now they're selling the shorts as well separately for 5,000 rupees. Would these shorts turn me into Bukayo Saka? I do not think so. And the socks go for 2,500 rupees. Like, are the socks dipped in the blood of Thierry Henry? have these been blessed by the touch of Lionel Messi himself? Shit like this is why unofficial replicas are becoming popular. These shirts are not made by the original manufacturer but sold at sometimes 10% of the price with similar-ish quality. Now there are 3 types over here: sublimated, embroidered, and master versions. Sublimated shirts have the logos as part of the fabric itself. So for instance, this is not a sublimated one, this is an embroidery one. If it was sublimated, the logo would be part of the fabric itself. Not only the logo, the sponsors and maybe even the league crest would also be part of the fabric itself. Master versions are pretty much the replica of the players versions with heat pressed logos, which often just peel out because either they have not been stitched well, or let's be real, Indian mothers just do not know how to wash jerseys. You may also have hybrids of these where you have, for instance, let's say the logo like this is embroidered but the sponsors may be sublimated. Oh, and embroidered ones are basically just like stitched. They're just like the fan versions. Jesus Christ, I suck at making these. The sublimated ones also cost a fraction of the original, just like not even 1% probably. Like if a kit costs like 10,000, you can probably get like a sublimated version for 100, 200 tops. While the embroidered and masters versions are like more expensive, but they're still a fraction of the price. I mean, this cost me $8.50. Now, obviously football clubs do not like the fact that they're losing money and that fans are not buying their kits. So what do? They have banned, some of them have actually banned unofficial kits from being worn to the stadiums. And I think you guys have also seen videos of vendors with ropes underneath their merch, just so if they see police coming, they'll just wrap it up and run away. There's also fear mongering going on. Like I think it was this BBC video where they said, oh, if you wear fake jerseys, you'll get rashes and shit. Like,
wearing a product like this that's counterfeit could be really harmful. It could cause a rash on your skin. It could cause irritation.
Man, shut your bitch ass up.
Another stupid part are the designs of the kits. Now don't get me wrong, there are some absolute bangers, but you have some kits that just make you wanna burn it off the face of the f***ing earth. Best example for making shit kits is Puma. Now Puma obviously makes the kits for Borussia Dortmund, and I am a Dortmund fan, so I will be going more into Dortmund itself. Let's just start with this season's away kit. Like, what the f*** is this? It looks like some weird abstract transition effect from Windows Movie Maker gone horribly wrong. Then you have last season's third kit, which was the most lazy and epilepsy-inducing design ever. Like, this should come with an epilepsy warning. Do you not know about the epilepsy warnings whenever you boot up your PS5, right? That should come with this jersey. Oh, and let's not forget about this beauty, where they just f***ing slapped the logo after the fans complained about it. And the worst part is that whole template for the 21-22 Puma third kit template was just horrendous. Like, none of them had the kits on. They just had like the team name just splashed on the front. Dortmund only had the kit added after protest, and literally every club with that template looked horrendous. Hell, one Fenerbahce player tried kissing the badge and he couldn't. Manchester City's 2021 shirt looks like someone just stole a bedsheet from my grandma and used it to create a shirt. This Portugal shirt looks like a download progress bar. Look at this Bayern Munich kit as well, lads. Let's be real, this looks like 9/11. The only way this kit could be worse if there was a f***ing Zomato logo on it. The worst club that you could imagine being sponsored by the shittiest delivery partner. It's like a Chelsea kid being sponsored by f***ing Deliveroo. And it's not a recent trend either. This one is from 2013. I also do not understand why certain people sell certain kits as retro kits when the kits came out like 5 years ago. Like, mate, I have a Juve shirt that was worn during lockdown and was being sold as an away shirt. Why is the 18-19 Liverpool kit becoming retro? Am I becoming old? Am I officially unk? I mean, this has not stopped me from buying 60 jerseys now, did it? Speaking of which, hello. I am currently having to literally kneel down on my legs because the cameras adjust weirdly. But anyways, here you see is my jersey collection. Ignore the store right here. So obviously I am a Dortmund fan, so you obviously have the special kits. These are this whole section is pretty much for Dortmund kits. I have this Fiorentina retro kit. This actually got banned. I think you can guess why based on design. This is the kit that I was talking about that got sold as a retro kit, this UA kit. This is an example of a hybrid one, you know, like you can see the logos are like embroidered, but then the sponsor is sort of made of fabric. This is an example of what I would like to call fully sublimated, and this is a part of the video that I didn't really cover. There's a part of the jersey manufacturing world that you all do not know about, and that is concept jerseys. These are basically jerseys that do not exist. They are not officially made either, but manufacturers still make it because they look cool. So best examples for this is this one. This is a concept one this is a Japan concept one. This has never been made by the Japanese like FA. And then you have the Real Madrid Dragon ones. Yeah, recently you also have the Barcelona Aurora and Spectrum ones, the ones which are like pink and blue. Those actually look pretty cool though, I can't lie. Actually, I have a dragon one with me. So this is a dragon one. This is an example for the dragon one, a pink Real Madrid one. I do not know the last time Real Madrid wore pink, but okay. The one official kit that is in this is my hometown club. Yeah, this is the only official kit that's there, and it has my name in the back. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. This is gonna be very informal, but yeah. Well, thank you all for watching. If you liked it, subscribe, do other stuff. I'll be back with more better scripted videos than this. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.